EBERRON.
EBERRON.
EBERRON. Last time on EBERRON, the party arrived at Drome, land of the Monstars, and there secured unusual passage to their next destination, the Cradle of Rime, by assisting materially with the new Goblin flight program. Peppy indelibly leaving his mark on history by tipping the technological scales in favor of goblins irrevocably.
I'm like the fantasy Alfred Nobel who invented dynamite.
Yeah. With goblins now well on their way to developing legitimate aircraft, the dragon-marked houses will naturally fall out of power as elemental airships go completely out of fashion due to the difficulty and the fact that only they can pilot them. And essentially what has happened is that Peppy has, just now, both dismantled the entire dragon-marked house structure and lit the first spark of the Second Decani Empire. But that'll be many, many, many years from now. Right now, they gotta deal with some brain bugs.
My statue's gonna look so cool.
EBERRON 2.
History will remember you as a goblin.
Exactly. I was gonna say it's gonna be exactly Peppy, just goblin face.
History will remember you as a goblin.
Like, hey, that's my goggles. What the fuck?
It just so happens that translating Peppy Galdar into goblin due to the limitations on the sounds, you might be able to tell where I'm going with this.
Don't Melakalikimaka this shit to me, man.
I'm just saying that in 1,000 years, goblins will be speaking worshipfully of Peppy Gundar.
It's the reason that it's a good bit is because Bird hates it. Like, that's the part that makes it continuously good. Alright, anyways, you're in the Flüng. You clambered into this contraption built by Kethelrax. Or Krax. Kethelrax was a different guy. Krax, the Cunning. And Peppy, pulled back on the big, funny, elastic band and launched into the sky. Far, far over the wastes towards the mountains. That's where we left off. So, a lot of the stuff that I had initially written for the flight was based on it being almost improbably dangerous and like a complete fucking disaster. The trouble is that your massive, massive natural 20 has made it so that this is an excellent device and is flying rather smoothly indeed. So, I want to throw out a bunch of this fucking shit. And, honestly, I think it's kind of chill.
Hell yeah!
I think there's definitely some turbulence. You know, the Flüng is getting flung around a bit by the sky gods. And, you know, in those moments, as the tin can shakes violently in the sky, you assume you are in definite mortal peril. But it sort of stables itself out. This thing is built to fucking last. This thing is perfect. And it soars well over Drome, through the clouds, unfortunately, right through the clouds. So, like, 90% of the time, all you see is white.
No.
Oh. This what it like.
Can I find some, like, small, like, bags of crackers and stuff in the little glove compartment?
Was that part of the, did you include that in the design?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
What the fuck? What? Are you serious? You just asked that?
So there's a little bag of crackers, and there's also a Goblin Sky Mall, where you can buy, like,
fuck yeah.
You can buy, like, a little decorative fountain for your lawn.
What's the fountain of? Like, shaped of?
Goblin.
What is it?
Going, like,
dispense?
Yeah.
with the water.
What does it dispense? Goblins.
Goblin. A goblin.
It just produces them naturally. It draws them up. It draws them up from the goblin groundwater and produces them.
We do goblin fracking.
Naturally occurring goblins. So you mark down the fountain. You get a good deal on a new ranch fountain.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
There's like sort of like a tiki umbrella. Put that on the patio, I guess. And the machine, the Flüng, flies through the air. I really don't have much for this part. Hours go by! Many, many hours go by. And by many, many hours, I mean like a day and a night. So you get a full rest in as this thing flies. Because it is quite a distance. And this thing is not traveling at the speed of a 747. You would be dead. But it maintains altitude, it maintains course, it maintains, I don't know, yaw. And it continues to fly towards its destination when suddenly you breach the bottom of the clouds and look below you to see mountains. Mountains spilling out as far as the eye can see, the Grey Wall Mountains. Named, you imagine, because of, as you quickly identify, they're quite gray and very, very steep. There's a lot of rock faces here that rather resemble walls. You can see distantly below, like, sketched against this mountain range that is now very slowly approaching you, paths and routes through the mountains, but most of it is pretty impassable. You gather this is why 90% of the inhabitants of the mountains are probably harpies. They just fly around. There's a little pang of memory for Vothnak, because the Grey Wall Mountains are where he spent, like, most of the war. He was fighting in the mountains.
Constant PTSD for Dirk. Too many harpies.
Okay. Alright, I follow you.
Also war.
Also war. It's hard to identify from hundreds and hundreds of miles up. It's not hundreds of miles up. That's, like, so far.
Yeah, that's like space.
Many thousands of feet up. It fucking launches you through the troposphere. See you later, fucking idiots! We just killed those guys in such a funny way. It's hard to make out any familiar terrain from this height. You didn't really see the Grey Wall Mountains from this vantage point. But that's definitely them. And you're deep enough into them at this point that you cannot see the Braelish plains on one side or the Dromish wastes on the other. You're smack dab in the middle of these motherfuckers. Right at that, that part of the Himalayas where it looks like it's just an ocean of mountains forever. That's the part of the mountains you're in. The ground is getting closer steadily. You become aware that you are traveling now at a slight angle downward. Supposed to do this. Everything is fine. But there is still kind of a harrowing sensation as you realize you're getting closer and closer to the part where you're going to have to land this motherfucker. And, it strikes you that there's not a lot of great runway space. So, might get a little dicey. But, we'll see. We got optimists in the group.
Mm-hmm. We'll be fine. It's chill.
It's totally chill. Closer and closer to the mountains, they rise higher and higher in your view, getting larger and larger and larger. You know, these are very large mountains indeed. They look so small from up there. And you can see these, like, sort of like, what the fuck are they called? The cave homes in the West. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The ones
Adobe
built
houses.
Like the ones like built into the cave cliffsides and stuff. A large amount of settlements that look rather like that, sort of built into the highest peaks of these mountains, and fluttering around them are the small and now growing larger shapes of many, 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 many harpies indeed.
That's not great.
You hope that they don't notice the hunk of metal screaming through their atmosphere right now. In fact, let's see if they do. As you're getting nearer and nearer to the point where you would be relatively visible to the naked harpy eye. They seem preoccupied with their own affairs at the moment. You're not immediately pursued by any harpy legions looking to shoot you out of the sky for flying over restricted airspace. As your descent continues and you pass more of these harpy settlements, you begin to see, sort of cresting over the edge of the mountains, you can just sort of see a little of it from the angle that you're coming down at. An area where it doesn't look quite so gray, doesn't look quite so steep even. It's almost like a little basin, a little valley of sorts. And it is white. Totally white. Snow-covered. Very striking, especially since these mountains don't really have much of like a snowy top. They're pretty bald. So it stands out against the gray pretty starkly. And as the Flüng descends in that direction, you think, hey baby, I bet you anything that's the Cradle of Rime right there. I bet you that's our destination. Fortunately, it seems that it is not in immediate proximity to any of these large harpy settlements. It's a little bit off by itself. You imagine that's on purpose. Flying down. It starts to get a little scary. You are now lower than the tallest mountains. They are now starting to rise around you, and you become very aware of the fact that you are hurtling past immense amounts of rock at an incredible speed, and that if you hit one of these at the wrong angle, you would turn into juice. So that it's a little stressful here. It was really comfy when you were back up in the clouds, like way back when. You were feeling really good about this Flüng thing. Right now, you're starting to question if the Flüng is the right path for goblinity to follow.
We put a lot of grease on the skis.
You put a lot of grease on it. Unfortunately, part of the grease does require that you find a spot to land that isn't at a 90-degree angle.
I think you're underestimating how much grease we put on these skis.
Peppy, are we going to die?
That's definitely a possibility.
Oh!
I'd give about a 70% chance right now.
As you're flying passing down through the mountains, it's now creating that sort of like wind tunnel effect where the wind is now whipping around the mountain, so the turbulence is a million times worse.
Oh no.
The Flüng is just rattling around violently. It's like somebody's like just shaking it on the end of a string. At one point you spin completely around and then rotate back the other direction. And you keep tilting downwards at an angle that you're like, well, it doesn't seem like we're gonna land on the grease. We might land on the nose of this motherfucker if we keep tilting any further. And then you're like, well, we're not gonna land on the nose anymore. We are gonna land on the roof, though. As it flips completely upside down. And then it starts to flip the other way, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. But then it keeps flipping, and it just kind of does that for a while. Through the mountains, hurtling. Let's have a luck roll.
Who wants to roll it?
You, of course.
Let's have the least lucky person in their entire life roll it. Dirk. $10.
10? That's not bad. Could be worse. You flying through the pillars of rock. You hear this all of a sudden, ear-splitting, like, for a second. And you're like, what the fuck was that? As the whole Flüng shakes and flips again. And you realize you, like, clipped the edge of a cliff and probably left a big gouge in the bottom of the Flüng. Pretty stressful, but you manage to sort of, like, stay on course. You're kind of shifting your weight around inside of it to try to keep it on the right, like, angle. You're getting closer and closer to where you see that snowy, terrain. And then, all of a sudden, you see right up in front of you, as the Flüng dips, you are just dipping straight towards a mountain peak. Faster and faster, and you're like, we're going right for it. Like, there's no adjustment whatsoever to this.
No control.
There's no controls in this other than, like, physics.
Okay, we roll to the side.
Alright, make a strength roll. Let's do a collective strength roll. Everybody make a strength roll. We'll see what the total is.
Alright.
3.
Oh.
Oh, that's just a flat roll.
I don't have it. Well.
Ooh, 7.
I mean. I'm scared, boss. I'm low on oxygen also.
I'm scared, boss.
Dirk.
I said 2.
Oh. Jesus, fuck. Let's roll for Grand. That's a 3. Let's roll for Sunavash.
You know what? I have lucky. I'm
That's
gonna use a lucky. I'm gonna use a lucky point. I'm using a lucky
not
point.
very strong.
14. Forget
Well,
the 7. Forget the 7. It's 14.
Doubled. Unfortunately, pretty much everybody rolled like dog shit. So
Not as dog shit now.
doesn't quite veer you off course the way that you wanted to. So you end up scraping right over the top of the mountain. You just miss the peak, but it's one of those real pointy peaks. And it basically just guts the bottom of the Flüng. And you're like, oh my god, I can't believe we lived. And then you look down and you just see the fucking plummeting abyss below you. Because the floor, like the whole chunk of the middle of the floor of the Flüng is fucking gone. It's just wind and snow and cliffs underneath.
Hot dog. I guess we better hold on. How close are we to the point we're supposed to land?
It looks like it's about 1,000 feet down at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got about that far to fall.
We can do that. Yeah, Featherfall.
Give me one more luck roll. This is just to see what... Because it's been flipping for a while, so we're just going to see what angle it's going down at.
Who's gonna roll it?
You.
Oh, my dice are right here? Question mark? Yes. Come on, dice. 16.
Pretty good. It could have been worse. As you come down, the little bouncy sleigh feet emerge from the bottom of the Flüng. One of them is gone, but you have one. The grease spills out in an alarming quantity to grease the little fucking ski here. And it hits. Now, due to the angle, it came down at the right angle for the ski to sort of take you. However, this thing is basically falling apart, and it is not a comfortable landing. So I'm just gonna... real quick. Okay, could have been worse. Everybody takes 31 points of bludgeoning damage. As you're sort of tossed around in the washing machine of this, as it slides, the leg breaks off, it starts to roll, and it rolls and rolls a couple more times like a car crash, and then eventually grinds to a halt, with the hole on the bottom looking up at the sky, like a little skylight, as you sort of like lie sprawled out in what remains of this. But by Christ, it did a pretty good job. And you are now
alive.
On a mountain face, deep, deep within the Grey Wall Mountains.
Stand up.
We live.
Is everyone alive?
Yeah, what were we doing?
Why are we here?
We are going to Ice Mountain to find knife person.
All right,
Right,
makes sense
Peppy?
to me. No, makes sense to me.
Yes.
No further question.
We're finding the persons who made this skinning knife.
Yeah, I
They're
got
part
it.
of
I
the.
got
They're in the mountains, right? What is it called?
I hope they're in the mountains. That's where we are.
Cradle
What's the
of
mountains
Rime.
called though? I forget the names.
Grey Wall?
This is
Yeah,
Grey
these
Wall Mountain.
mountains.
These mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they're called.
we're in the right place, I believe.
I've just found these mountains. I'll call them these mountains. That's what John Drome said.
Famously.
By God, everyone listened. Now so, did we happen to see the Cradle of Rime on the way here?
You saw it fast
oh, look,
approaching.
it's right there.
You did
right
see it
there.
fast approaching. You can't see it from where you... As you're now, like, clambering out of the wreckage. You can't see it exactly, but you know where it was. It's like maybe a few hours hike through this. This is not totally impassable terrain. It's just terrain that sucks to pass. So it's going to require a bit of climbing and a bit of good old-fashioned elbow grease. But you basically just have to get around a smaller peak, and you can probably get closer to it.
Why would I use our elbows to get through here?
Because
There's lots of leftover
elbows
grease. Put it on.
Elbows exude grease.
Not elbows are quite dry.
Oh,
That's what the part of the
elbows.
that's what the part of the Flüng is called, where the grease comes out. It's called the elbow.
Oh, okay. The grease comes out of the machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peppy, explain the grease.
Oh, the grease. It's slick. It's grease.
I don't understand.
Can use for cooking.
You lost me.
Would you though?
Make food go down faster. Good for food with spike and mouth teeth, knives, and fire.
So it's good for eating knives.
A knife and rock knife.
And the machine makes it.
I do not know why the machine makes it. Peppy.
Mm-hmm.
Explain the grease.
Everyone is like in a threatening circle around Peppy.
Explain the grease, Peppy.
Explain yourself.
I point. Are we near the wreckage, or is there no wreckage?
It is smoldering near you right now.
Okay. Can I show them the remnants of where the grease injector was
Certainly.
for the ski rails?
Certainly.
I show them the ports where the grease gets squirted onto the rails before landing. It smells like bacon.
Oh, I know this. In part of Rome, there is game like ski. You find high mountain with slope, lots of rocks. Freeze up and jump down. We call
It's
it
very similar, yeah.
We call it grease jump mountain slide. We should play sometime. But first we should go to Cradle of Rime.
I can see it.
Oh? Oh?
Yeah.
All right, so you climb
Okay.
out of the wreckage and you begin to hike in that direction. The direction that you know it was in from your bird's eye view.
Because I could see it.
Because you could see it. Shit. Making
I
your
am
way...
lying.
Yeah, well, no, of course. Making your way across these mountains for a little while, you actually have a little bit of an easier time than you expected you would. A bunch of this area looks like it was carved out partially, probably like a really, really long time ago from the look of it, but there has been an effort made here to make this traversable for, bipedal, terrestrial-bound individuals. You suspect this may very well be those people that you're looking for, which of course are
Don't worry.
the Sivituvuk people.
Yes, that's it.
Who supposedly moved here many, 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 many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago.
It's too long.
That's too much. That's too long. Thousands, probably. I don't know. This was like a real.
Ancient.
This was like a Stone Age society that moved here, essentially, basically. a cultural movement among the Ingajak people, which is the broader ethnic group. But they don't matter. All that matters is the Sivituvuk.
Oh, wait. The Stone Age civilization was a cultural movement?
No. This is like, these people broke off from like a larger ethnic group and like went off and did their own shit. And they're the ones who moved here.
Okay. I understand.
And I think, yeah, you have to. I'm just gonna. It's been so fucking long, so I'm just refreshing a little bit. You read about their leader, which was a fella named Atanek, who apparently led that thing. And the knife that you have was wrapped in a parchment that said it was a gift from a Sivituvuk person named Aguta.
So we're looking for Aguta.
Evidently.
Or
now,
at least
granted,
someone who would know Aguta.
Yeah, granted,
This was a long time ago.
it was Balthazar's tomb was built when he died, which was like 130 years ago, but grandchild maybe. Anyways, make your way around the mountains, and you come across something that's a little alarming as you get closer to the cradle. You start to see like carved like posts almost, not quite crucifixes, but of a similar function, made out of like pine, and pinned to these, sometimes tied, sometimes pinned with these large sort of, looks like a lot of biesk metal, there's a lot of biesk in the mountains, are the skeletons of harpies.
Ooh.
Quite a few of them. As you begin to walk, it's a real like walk to fucking Rome, like crucifixes along the road type shit. So, whoever the people are up ahead, they are no friend to the harpies, and they would like everyone to know. They would like that stated in clear and understandable terms.
Are harpies like monsters, or are they like a society?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. Yeah, basically that. They are like...
You know Zoe!
True.
You know a harpy!
I forgot! Listen, it's been years!
They are people. They are sapient beings. A lot of the ones in the mountains are not very friendly. But they're
Just like-
people.
That's just the mountains talking.
Sure. I mean, to be fair, Zoe also doesn't like the mountain harpies. That's why she's flightless. You crest over a sort of rocky incline, and then, by Christ, you see it. Spilling out before you in this basin between the mountains is like it was ripped from another biome completely. A frozen, snow-buried pine forest. You can, just from the angle, make out clearings here and there, but you don't see any smoke or anything, so it's hard to tell if that's maybe where the buildings are, if there are. but it just sort of... the gray rock of the Grey Wall Mountains just descends down to the mouth of this basin, which is not very large. It's maybe a few hundred feet wide, this like gap between the mountains that allows access into the basin. And it just sort of suddenly hits a snowdrift. Like, it's just there now. There's no real differentiation in terrain. It's just suddenly it's covered in snow. And you can see that deep snow just rolling down into this dense and forbidding wood. In addition, right about where those harpy crucifixes stop is a very, very large series of posts, like a big timber post and a big another one, and stretched between it is some kind of enormous animal skin, like leathered, like you're not sure.
We're watching a movie.
it's a movie screen.
It's a projection
It's a
screen.
movie.
movie.
It's a movie. We're gonna watch.
I was quiet for a long time, and then I just said something really stupid.
We're gonna watch The Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
Yeah, Treasure Planet.
We're gonna watch Treasure Planet. the Sivituvuk are like, it's underrated. Look. But scratched across it is a message in a language you do not understand.
Except for Dirk.
No.
Yeah. It's true.
Actually, you know what?
Well, Dirk can read all writing.
Since Peppy's whole fucking deal, or at least a big part of his deal, was investigating this, like, fantasy Inuit legendary creature, I feel like he might have seen enough of this writing that he could ballpark it just a little. Like, you probably wouldn't be able wouldn't be able to speak it or anything, but like you could see it and kind of like take a minute and be like, okay, I think I know what that says. It's very simple.
A general understanding of the like grammatical and nouns.
Sure. You don't know the exact wording being used here, but you get the gist. Functionally, it's quite a simple message. Basically, turn back.
Yikes.
Hey guys, this says turn back.
I hate this one.
Turk is just fluent in Sivituvuk, just for some reason.
He had an exchange student.
Stop questioning him.
Well, Dirk took like an elective. He learned every language.
He
took a language elective.
And he won.
Oh, right, he does have the fucking magic eyeballs, I forgot.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting he has that.
Me too.
Okay.
Yep.
I know it is probably a warning. It's actually a secret code. We all turn around. 1, 2, 3.
Well,
You see,
360.
you see that Shane ends up facing the same way, but everybody else turns to see mountains.
Ah!
Oh,
I turned 260. What do I see in that direction?
Understood the prompt.
Jane sees the Xbox 360, so she turns 360 degrees and walks away.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, I trip over it.
Okay, we put Dirk on my head and we start sneaking, and Dirk keeps his eyes peeled for traps, hazards, and such. Right?
Yeah.
I hear no angry yellings, but I assume that's what we'll do.
I said yeah.
yeah.
Yeah!
That's too loud.
That wasn't loud
I
enough.
did it, Marty.
So as long as we don't look like harpies, we should be fine, right?
Probably.
You should be time.
They definitely seem to have beef with the harpies. So, good thing
At the
Zoe's
very
not here.
least.
Kill on sight, Zoe.
Zoe is very
Kill on sight,
not
Zoe.
around us.
He could not be less around you.
She is very.
She's currently in a bad guy's inventory. Okay, so you you want to sneak? You want to start sneaking into the snowy terrain?
Yeah, let's see. I think, do I have something I could do here?
I don't think Suna has anything. Suna's got a couple of things, but it's mostly just monk stuff.
Does anyone have pass without trace?
Yeah, that's what I was checking, but I don't think so.
I have pass without date.
Glass without case.
Brave without glass. I think I might have pass without trace. Give me a second.
Eyes without a face.
I don't.
It's a good movie.
I do not.
Is it a good movie?
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll just do it
That's
That's
normally.
what they're playing.
Good
That's what they're
movie.
playing on the skin projector.
Oh. Eyes without any grape.
Yep. Eyes without any grape.
It's like the Halloween thing when you put your hand inside peel grapes.
Yeah. But there's not any. It's just an empty bowl.
Yeah.
It's without any grapes. So, what's
So
the
you
bit?
have eyes and they're closed. but
What's
there
the
aren't
what's the
any
bit
grapes.
here? It's like it's a I don't know. It's a ghost or something. Move on to the next one. Listen, I got hungry and I ate all the grapes.
It's my favorite color of grape.
Peeled.
Yeah. Well, okay, hold up. Are we stealthing?
That seems to be
Yeah.
what was implied.
Yeah, we were looking
let me
for.
roll that and then brush my teeth because I'm falling asleep.
Okay.
Because and brushing your teeth wakes you up. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do is wake up.
Very well.
So what the stealth roll is what I'm going to do.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
I also am holding.
Not
Let me
not
around
as
my
tides
neck
that.
Not quite as good. Much better. Dramatic
Nice.
improvement. My
There we
word.
go.
We love to
Okay.
see that.
When I return, I'll be more awake,
Mhm.
in theory.
Oh.
Does
Roll
Dirk see anything?
a snelf.
Sorry.
Soon it gets a million.
18.
Pretty good. And I'll just roll for Grand with disadvantage. Well, Grand's making a little bit of noise, but everybody else is rolling pretty good. You crouch down amidst the snows. Difficult, as you quickly discover that the snowdrifts are quite high. Would actually be, as you're sort of trudging your way through the snow, it's like 2 up to 3 feet deep in some places. Like that, like immediately. It's almost like just stepping into into the deep end of a pool, except it's all frozen and snow. So trudging through is a bit of an arduous effort, and you are leaving quite clear evidence of your progress.
We're chill.
But you're keeping quiet, which is also really hard in a snowy environment. If you've ever been in a snowy environment, you know it tends to eat noise. It is real quiet when it's snowy out. But you crunch and chunk your way along. Dirk is having a really hard time. Snow's like up to his chest. But
Can we put Dirk on Vothnek's shoulders?
Oh, he's been like, I'm holding him like my son,
okay.
who I love, and taking him to
My
Disneyland
boy.
if he's tired.
Dirk, I will get you Dippin' Dots. And then we can go on teacup ride. I know you do not like teacup ride, but I like teacup ride.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, one of the other things you notice is the temperature wasn't like it wasn't warm when you landed in the mountains. It was mountainy. You walk into this terrain, it is well below freezing in an instant. It is bitterly cold. I'm talking like sub-zero.
That's bad.
Chilly.
So immediately, you're hit with that that frigid air. Fortunately, not at the moment accompanied by wind, which would make it even worse. And trudging through this snow and feeling very uncomfortable. Are you keeping an eye out for anything in particular, or are you just, like, gonna go until you see something really obvious?
I think maybe something like a village or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also, am I aware of their hunting strategies by any chance? Or maybe warrior culture with them? Like, would they have patrols? Would we know that?
I don't know if you know, like, a ton about, like, the actual, like, cultural, like, society necessarily, but you would know, like, just vaguely, at least based on, like, not for these particular people, but for, like, the broader, like, ethno group of, like, this society. I mean, it's pretty standard, like, stuff for that era. You know, spear hunting and endurance hunting and ice fishing and things like that. And, like, ice fishing with, like a stick, not with, like, a, you know.
We'll have Dirk keep an eye out for that stuff. Also, anything that looks... If they set up, like, traps, any evidence of people.
Yeah, you don't know much about trapping, but, like, based on their level of technology, like, they were at a level where they could figure out how to do a trap. Like, they're not... It's also been a really long time since these grew, so they could have developed to some extent. But they've also been completely isolated from the rest of the world here for a really long time, so who the fuck knows? Could be like a Sentinel Island situation.
That slight pause you took made me hear you say, but there's also Ben.
Yeah.
They have Ben, you know.
Hey guys, I'm in this campaign now.
Oh, it is guy with leprosy.
This guy has no penis.
It falled off.
It falled off.
It
Now we're
just
gonna-
falled off.
Is it okay if I make food your leprosy just one time? Just one time. No. But maybe
Yes.
Who said that? Morrowind.
I said that.
Morrowind. Yeah. So basically, Corpus is like leprosy.
Okay,
but
so...
you should totally play it. We'll give it to you on Steam.
keeping an eye out for something major, but also, like, keeping an eye out so you don't, you know, fall into a fucking snare trap or a pit full of spikes or anything. Although a snare trap would probably not be super useful in 3 feet of snow.
I put chicken inside my pot, wrapped up.
I think Dirk has really good passive perception, so I'll just say he's also got the best vantage point all the way up on Bothnak's shoulders. So,
Botnak does have eagle eyes, remember that.
It's true.
Bothnak also sees it as though it was really close.
Yeah, Dirk spots it. I can get detail.
You see tracks in the forest. They look very broad and flat. It doesn't look like humanoid footprints at all until you think about it for a minute. You're like, oh, these are like snowshoes of a kind on the surface of the snow. So you see these a number of snowshoe tracks, presumably from traveling or hunting Sivituvuk people in this area. So you know they come through here, and you see evidence of their passage, but you've yet to see them.
People here have very weird feet.
What do you mean, Botnak?
It is like tennis racket.
Oh no, those are snowshoes. They're to help people walk through the snow.
Whoa.
Where are they heading?
Because you spread out pressure on wider area.
Wow. Yeah.
I
Wow,
understand
you really...
because troll have big feet.
Okay. Well, can you follow? Can you like track them?
Can you track them, Dirk?
I can try. I'm not really good at the tracking thing, but...
If anybody wants to try to follow the tracks, you can make a survival.
Survival, anyone? Mine's +0.
Mine's +2. Anyone have a better survival? All right.
+3.
Oh, you have. Well, I just rolled 13 + 2 is 15.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm fine with it.
Now that you've clocked these footprints, you start to try to follow them. There's a bit of a circuitous motion to them. It looks like they're traveling along hunting paths. You double back a couple of times, but eventually you find them moving in one direction for a long period of time, and you figure this is probably the journey back to whatever settlement is here. And this isn't like a really huge area, the Cradle of Rime. It's like maybe, I don't know, a couple of miles across in either direction. Like this is not a huge area. So ideally you don't have far to travel. Eventually you start getting on slightly more stable terrain, a little less deep, the snow. It's still like, you're still trudging through like a foot of snow, but Dirk is able to walk in it now. He doesn't have to swim. And you can see evidence of animals. You see little snow foxes popping out of the snow. You see like a caribou just strolling on by, looking like it's having the time of its life in the snow. There's a big moose. Like, hot damn. I can't believe how big that fucking moose is.
I know the exact sound of a moose.
Do it.
No, I just know the sound. I can't recreate it, but I know it when I hear it.
Are you talking about those singing moose heads at those restaurants?
No, I don't
know what I'm talking about?
No.
Hold on. Is that a regional thing?
No.
Singing
no, I kind of know what you're talking about.
We're from the same region. That doesn't help.
Thing, yeah. Bugaboo Creek Steakhouse? No?
Oh, no.
Let me see here. It is a East Providence, Rhode Island. So
Okay.
I don't think you would have.
Okay.
So imagine a restaurant, but there's taxidermied animals on the walls, and then every like 20 minutes they sing and dance on the walls.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
It's okay, they're bankrupt. They don't exist anymore.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Well, now we're all set.
No, bankruptcy defunct in 2016. That's why I haven't seen them.
Yeah, it's been gone for a
That
while.
would explain it.
No.
Been gone for a minute.
No.
It was kind of nightmarish, is the thing.
Yeah, I remember actually as a child being very uncomfortable about the animal. I did not enjoy the animals.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked
I
it.
was
That's why they
very
closed.
much like, I don't like it. Why do they do that?
Decent steak.
Not decent.
If you can eat.
I mean, nothing to write home about, but, you know, it was edible.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
It's
Part of
edible,
my-
Nick.
That you put that on the fucking menu.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, go ahead and write a review for my cooking like that, and I'll be like, hot dog.
I can eat it.
Hot dog, it's edible.
When I
Right.
swallowed it, I
Somebody
didn't die.
Somebody ate it, and they said, I don't have to be polite. It's edible.
I ate it.
Yeah, I don't have to pretend that I liked
didn't
it.
spit it
say,
out.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
It's
and you like
digestible.
maybe you like finished it maybe.
Yeah, I finished most of it.
Yeah.
I finished.
I mean,
parts
I
that
usually don't finish with steaks. They're big.
Get a smaller steak.
Big steak.
Yeah. Steaks are big.
Steaks are big. Anyways,
Did we find the hidden forest?
the forest hidden in the leaves, village hidden in the leaves. What's the fucking name?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't really know the
leaf
translation.
village,
Yeah, leaf hidden.
Hidden leaf.
yeah.
Village.
Peppy
Kono-
has the
Konoha.
nine-tailed fox.
Kono.
I don't know the translation.
Kono. Peppy, is it true that you
Konohagakure.
you A, have the nine-tailed fox, half of it sealed within you, and B, you're going to be the next Hokage?
Oh, believe it.
Yes, and
All right.
lettuce go.
You continue following the snowshoe tracks. And after, not too long, maybe like 20 odd minutes of walking, you start to get a bead on a settlement. It's hard to tell how big it is. It's sort of scattered amongst what looks like a series of clearings here, just from immediate observation. But you can see that they're definitely sticking to primarily the construction styles of the past. It's a lot of, like, large, wood-reinforced, like, animal skin tents, like stretched leather across there. You see a handful also of hemispherical, snowy dwellings that you're like, hot dog. They got some igloos in this bitch.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Are they warm or cold?
Hard to say. You're very cold right now.
It is steep.
And judging by just from a glance at this, like, immediate, like, first sight of the settlement, there's maybe 24 of those smaller tents, like maybe 6 or 7 of those igloos, a few larger looking tents. There's a healthy community here. There's a decent amount of individuals that live here, and this is just looks like, based on it, like part of like the southern part of the territory.
Any more footprints here?
The footprints make it into the town, where you can see here in the town it's a lot more level. It looks like the snow is... the snow's still there, but it's been cleared enough that one could walk, ideally without the need of snowshoes. And you see many, many tracks in all directions. Quite a lot of hustle and bustle. But you don't see any people.
Are they invisible?
Where is everybody?
Is there any, like, doors ajar? Any sign of, like, a rush?
Most of these settlements don't have doors at all. Most of them are just like tent flaps and open igloos, and like, yeah, it's just these well-trodden footpaths, like, and these very old-looking structures, I guess you could call them. like sort of surrounded by larger snowdrifts.
With Dirk's powers of perception and my ability to telescope my vision, can we tell how recent the most recent tracks here are?
It'd be survival.
And also Jane's there, helping.
And also Jane's there.
She's the one doing it.
Jane.
Yeah, but...
How old footprints? We are helping.
I'll just do that twice. Okay, the first one.
Go.
Big number. Yeah.
Tutu.
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 I get a tutu. A put in a tutu. The most recent of these tracks look like they were made today.
Okay.
These are
It's
very
today
fresh.
old.
These are very fresh.
What time is it?
As you're sort of standing here with like the cold sort of weighing on you, you start to feel the snow begin to fall as well in a
You guys feel the snow falling?
Is there
at an increasing pace.
Does there seem to be like a main building or a main igloo or main tent?
There's some
like a community center.
There's some larger tents here. They don't look large enough for that. You might have to go further into the village to find something that looks like suitably sized for that.
There is a tent or igloo with pillars in the front.
Yeah, it's got the classical pillars. It's got like a little lion statue.
Yeah.
I guess we just sort of venture deeper into the thing. Can we like maybe look inside a tent just real quick, just like?
Sure. You go up to
the nearest tent.
One of the tents, like on the edge of the clearing. Pull back the little animal hide thing and peek in.
Careful, Beth.
And you can see there's animal skins and furs laid out on the ground as bedding. You can see a number of like scrimshawed little trinkets made out of bone and wood. There's a couple of spears that have been placed on this like they're like hanging from this thing on a ceiling. They've just been sort of like hung there. There's a pot of some kind. It's cold. There's logs underneath it. Looks like it would be used for some sort of cooking. It looks like this is probably home to one person, judging by the size and the amount of like bedding. And you can see the interior of the like animal hide. The largest, I guess, side of it on the inside, there is a rendering of what looks like this long. It's like a long curved shape with a hooked, almost like curved blade at the tip of it. And there's little, like, bone ornaments and stuff laid in front of it in what seems to be, like, almost like a religious, significant way.
Is that a piece of the Puktatuk? Does it look like it's carved? You said it was carved, or was it a thing from something?
This is like drawn onto the back wall of the tent.
A harp hook thing?
It's like a long. It looks like maybe like a tail or a tentacle or like something like that, and then it's topped with a curved blade-like thing.
Oh, it's nice.
Does that look like the skinning knife that I have?
You look at the skinning knife, and its shape is very, very reminiscent of that blade at the end of the tail there.
Seems like we're in the right place.
I hope so.
Is the tail or tentacle depicted as coming from anywhere, or is it just?
It's just coming from like below.
Oh, that's neat. So they worship the tentacle from heaven. The rock
Yeah.
part. So in case go around town for a bit,
Yeah.
keeping our eyes peeled.
You can make a perception check if you want to see if like if you're looking for, hey, there's a guy in that tree over there or something. Yeah. As
Also,
you're creeping further
we
in.
are keeping in mind that they might be invisible or something.
Sure.
So, any unaccounted for
Trying-
indentations in the snow?
Listening for
sounds.
somebody breathing.
I don't know about you guys, but my perception, 3.
Okay, that's good. That's better than me.
I mean, not +3. I rolled a 3.
Oh,
+0.
that's not great. Why would you say that? Lie.
It was 2. Oh,
You
fuck.
could just say a
Said
bigger number.
higher.
No!
Shit. I said lower. Can I do
Oh.
redo?
Yeah, but you only have one more shot because there's only one other number that's lower than that.
Yeah, okay.
So just don't do that one, okay?
1?
Fuck!
No. I got 1T4.
1T4?
Hmm?
So you got a 0. So you don't see anybody.
Oh well.
What's Dirk's passive again?
20.
Okay.
He's thinking the 40 invisible guys have a stealth of 21.
The 40 invisible guys that are right behind you, like Pink Panther stepping behind you.
Dun, dun.
They're like stepping in each of your footprints so they don't leave a trace. You start making your way through this settlement, making your way towards a deeper part of the settlement. More of these tents and so forth, and it looks like they're almost sort of like arranged in a sort of gradually curving circle towards this like center point of the village. Making your way towards presumably the middle. That's where you assume anything community focused would be. Many more of these little tents and igloos. You see not a lot of evidence of like stuff outside. It seems like most things are in the like the little structures. But here and there you see like signs and so forth that are like seem to be indicating some kind of like, I don't know, like mercantile establishments or something. Commerce. Still no people.
Damn.
Peppy,
Yeah.
do you know how to say out loud in their language that we are just we are friends and respect their culture?
Oh
Would
my
I
gosh.
know enough to say that?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
How
Does he
do I
know
know the
the-
word for friend?
You know how it's written.
Melon.
You do it. Milla.
Well, it's time, Peppy. Stretch your linguistic muscles. Try and just through context
Intuit.
clues. It just through context clues, intuit how it's pronounced, and hope you're correct, and you're not accidentally saying,
Like a slur.
"I'm going to kill your family and then steal your Superman mug
No.
and fuck your
Not
house."
No! I don't want to do that!
Yeah, don't say the opposite of what you mean.
So make sure you get it right.
I don't even like Superman that much.
Yeah, you don't want their
So-
stupid mind.
You want to try to like, phonics the word that you know written and see if you can ballpark it?
You could also just write it if you.
That's just how most languages work, though.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I mean,
just
that is
write it
how
on.
most languages work.
You know what? I just write it on a piece of notebook paper and I tuck it in my
Like a bib.
like I look at
Like
a
a
label. It
bib.
just says "friend" on the front.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do it the
Yeah.
same for everyone. I write "friend" on the front and I just like crimp it in your collar, so it's like a little like bib.
We're ready
I
for
turn
the
around.
crab boil.
I
It
do a
just
quick
says
360.
"friend" in messy handwriting.
I point to it and turn around, make sure everyone sees it, just in case they're here.
Sunovash has
Oh,
a
I do one for the back of everyone too.
Sunovash
This
has a
part
fork
of
and
me
knife
is all-
out.
Yeah. We're ready for the crab boil, man. We got our bibs on the front and the back.
Just in case you
No.
get really messy.
We're cannibals.
Howdy.
So we're in the marketplace area.
What?
Any stalls? You
Oh.
said you were in an area that looked more economic.
It looks like they're just like indicating the inside of structures. There's not really stalls or anything like that.
Okay. Well, while we're here, might as well take a look around.
Let's see what's for sale.
Okay. You want to poke your head inside one of those, they're a little larger
Yeah.
tents? Actually, the stores would probably be igloos. They'd want them to be a little more sturdy.
Yeah. Go for the most prestigious igloos.
Sure. You go to a prodigious igloo.
I didn't say that.
Prestigious.
You go to the most ponderous igloo.
Oh.
I go to the most turgid igloo. Not even close.
No.
On your way to the most effluvial igloo,
Stop it.
you go inside,
Someone's on there.
and you can see laid out, sort of like pressed against the wall and almost like partially frozen into the wall to keep them in place. You see a number of spears and bows and like sickle-looking things, axes. You see what looks like heavy sort of hide, almost like a hide armor laid out. There's smaller blades. A lot of them look like they're carved from animal teeth. Looks like a weapons and armor store.
That's nice. Anything?
Nobody's in there.
But no, any designs on opens at the walls that might be interesting? Maybe something similar to that tentacle thing from before?
You look inside and you don't see anything drawn on the walls, but you do see, sort of behind, there's not really like a counter, it's kind of just like an open space, but like off towards the back, there is like a little mound of like really like hard frozen over snow, and sticking upwards out of the top of it is a very similar looking knife. It looks like it's like flash frozen in that spot.
Ooh.
It was attached to where?
It's like in a little mound of ice, basically. It's just
And
sticking
this is
straight
inside
up.
the igloo.
Yeah, it's just sticking straight up.
So I compare
It's-
it to my knife. It looks very similar.
It looks like it may well have been made by the same person. It's the same
Okay.
material. It's the same. It's exactly the same.
All right, so we are definitely in the right place. Just sans people.
And now, what's the context you found that knife in again?
We found it in the empty tomb of Balthazar de Orion,
That's right.
the famous adventurer who at one point saw the Puktatuk, or maybe saw it. That's like the only confirmed report of a visual sighting, I think. And this was in pardon. This was
the
in
coffin
his
part of the
tomb.
story.
Yes,
Okay.
it loops back. It's a meta.
Yeah, no, I just need to make sure. I just want to make. I'm
Yeah.
writing notes.
Make sure to put the coffin there.
Yeah. So you see that. You can rob it if you want. You see
Nah, I
anybody
got
around?
one.
Okay. If you want any fucking spears.
I feel like it's cursed if we touch it.
Okay.
It's not interesting. Maybe if it was glowing and it had an eyeball,
That would be cool.
then it would be like, this one's got a
My guy could
story.
take this.
This one's got a story. Not that it's not super interesting, but also seems like it's more trouble than it's worth.
Why don't you move back out into the street then? Okay.
Nobody's gonna take it? Not
Yes, but-
even me?
I don't know. Are you?
Not even me?
Not even you.
Not even me?
All right, so you go back into the street. Continue moving through.
What if I touch it?
It probably might
You
fall
wanna
off.
just poke the little knife?
Yeah, what if I just touch it?
It's very, very cold to the touch.
Whoa. That's very expected.
It must be thirst.
How
Must be.
unusual.
But it would. What if I. Wait, it's too cold to be pulled out. I mean, it's too stuck, right? It's stuck.
I
right?
mean, you could probably like spend some time kicking at the fucking ice and see if you could break it out, but like you couldn't probably just yank it out.
Why? Because I can't be the king?
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
King of ice.
You
King of
don't believe
shaved
in
ice.
me.
We
He
don't. Let's
doesn't
go.
believe in me.
You didn't get approval from the Lady of the Lake.
Okay, that's true. Okay. Peppy, you should steal it.
No, I don't. I got one already.
No, but you could have two.
I don't need to.
This one's got ice powers.
I know, but I don't want the first thing I do in this town that is stealing something.
No, the first thing you did in this town is like peep on a house.
Just opening the flap.
Yeah, there could have been a naked grandma in there.
I didn't see a naked grandma. How many
Your
times do I
face
have to
is
tell
all
you
red.
this?
Nick, is
Face
it on
is
there?
all right.
What?
Is that on the board?
Naked grandma.
Grandma! Then it says
What?
Then it says penis, and then I start screaming.
Steve Harvey's head explodes.
And
live
I have
on
a shower
TV.
of gore.
They carded a new
Like
one.
scanners.
Dang. Okay, so we
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep
think
going
we will-
deeper into the village.
Whoa,
First
look,
we
I
walk
found
it-
the answer.
Oh my god, isn't that like a... Is that a reference?
Are we looking for an answer? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Well, first we were in the housing district where they house people, and then we were in the mercant district where they sell things, and now we're going
Now-
to
What's that?
we're
Well,
probably going
what's
to the religious
that?
district.
Whoa, what's that? Where is
Dark, what you can see
It looks
or
like there's
hear
like
or
some
smell.
skin under that snowdrift.
Oh,
I point.
point.
Wait,
Yes, I go
really?
to it.
Skin?
I see, do I see skin?
Who says that?
You zoom in with your eagle eyes, and you can see in one of the snowdrifts. It looks like you can see just like a little bit of like flesh.
Okay, you can't just. Who's.
It looks like it's attached to a body, presumably, but like it's like all you see is a patch of skin, essentially.
I thought, Dirk, I thought that you meant there was a piece of loose skin flapping from underneath a pile of snow.
No.
But now I
I'm
understand.
not 100% sure how to phrase that. It's because all you see is.
All
you know,
I
you know what
saw
I'm
was
fucking
that.
saying.
It could be. It could just be skin. Is it... Can we just go up to it? Is it here? Like in front of us?
You want to walk over to it?
Assuming that
careful.
it's in the middle of town. I don't want to... I'll go closer to it. But I'll stay 30 feet away.
Okay,
That's pretty far.
but you're sort of like
Yeah.
staring at it.
Yeah.
The whole thing shifts.
I back up.
Oh!
Snow sort of piles off, and you see a man in furs and a hide just sort of rising from inside the snowdrift with a spear in his hand, just like now
Ooh, that's
staring
badass.
straight at you. And you can
You
see a
found
number.
him.
You see a number of other snowdrifts just crumble, and you see these, presumably the Sivituvuk, rising up with spears and arrows aimed in your direction.
Hold on, though. We won. We found him.
Brent. Brent. Brent.
We-
I'm holding up the note that Bird wrote on.
I
Yeah,
turn around
we poke
also.
at the. We poke at the sign.
Bibs.
You see another snowdrift sort of fall apart, and rising up out of that one, you see like an 8-foot tall white wolf
Oh.
that just
Pretty
sort of starts like pacing.
Why are you showing it to the animal?
Hey, look.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna underestimate their reading comprehension.
The
all
one
right?
that you
This-
saw emerge suddenly yells something at you in a language you don't understand.
I ears what? I ears
Anyone
what?
have
Shake
the
my
language spell? Shit.
Comprehend languages?
Hold on.
head. No.
Fuck. I don't think I can do anything with this. Damn it. I don't have any language skills.
Common?
Wait a second. We have Dirk, the ultimate translator.
You can read.
I can only read.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
write.
But
It's
He's-
true.
Bird
he's
can,
a-
That is true, actually.
It works
Bird can
one
write
way.
some words, so we can figure it out.
We group friend.
This
I'm like basically talking like a kindergartner.
Sure. This very agitated-looking individual jabs the spear in your direction a few times, and then just sort of like jabs back in the way you came. And they seem seem like very like
I hold up the
Yeah.
skinning
they don't seem
knife.
seem like they like visitors.
I hold up the skinning knife.
And we go, what?
What if you?
Huh?
All of them begin shouting angrily.
But we look so confused at the knife. He holds up the knife and all of us go, what?
We're not with this fucking guy.
Whoa!
No, because we're like, and even he looks confused. So we all make a big show of looking confused at the knife, being like, what? What? Huh?
We make like a YouTuber thumbnail face, like
They are
Yeah.
They are shouting furiously and moving closer.
Yeah, no, don't make no male face. Make confused face, like, I don't understand.
Puktatuk.
Puktatuk!
Book a book.
Puktatuk!
Book to
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I think my persuasion's like -3.
Oh god, your charisma.
Hold on, let me see.
What is your charisma? Isn't it
Persuasion
dog
is
shit?
0. Persuasion is 0,
okay,
so that's
okay.
not horrible.
Could be
and I
worse.
believe I have 2 luck points. I used 1, right?
Yes.
Is that how lucky works? It's 2
Yeah,
times a day?
It's 3
Yeah,
times a
3
day.
3 times. Okay, so I have 2 more. All right. That is a 1. So I'm going to use my a lucky point.
Don't forget, you can use more than 1 lucky point for the same
I am
roll.
aware. That was just a straight up 1. I was like, oh.
God wants the Inuit to kill you.
Okay, 12. I'm gonna use another lucky point. I'm gonna risk it.
Alright?
I'll risk it for the biscuit.
Alright.
12 again.
12 again?
Shit.
12. 12 persuasion. Anyone else want to help me?
No, you had
Um,
disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Oh,
you
you could
rolled
add a-
12 twice.
True.
What about bend luck? Huh?
Bend luck.
Does that work on this?
Can
that
I bend
just-
luck,
yeah.
or can someone else bend
Is it
luck?
saves?
I think it's checks
all
and saves.
attacks, checks, and saves. You can add or subtract the d4.
Oh! Oh! Wait a second! A minor illusion, Balthazar! Dorian in front of us!
Well,
Well, minor
Okay,
illusion
like-
is probably not going to get.
Oh,
Like,
well, I mean, just a visual, not like a fake not like as if he's really
okay.
there. I mean, like, showing him, I'll be like, Hmm?
Like you pull down a screen and it's like
Yes,
a map.
like,
of
like,
him.
we are here for, I'll pick up the knife, I'll put it, like, where his hand is. I'm like,
This is where this goes.
Okay, I'm going to say roll a persuasion flat check one more time.
Alright. Please, please, dice.
Lark.
Hey, dice? Come on,
Lark.
man. Don't fuck me. 18!
Yeah.
There's a look of recognition in their faces when they see that.
They go, ooh.
And I'm also furiously pointing to the friend sign we all have.
We all 360 show them front and back.
I can't trust our sides though.
Both sides of
They
us.
sort of like turn to each other and argue a little bit for a second.
You're like, they're stupid.
And then the one that you had first observed walks over and like sticks out his hand as though to take the knife from you.
I flip it in my hand, grab it by the blade, and hand it to him. I practice this a lot.
As you flip it and grab it by the grade, there's like a gasp that goes up through all of them, and he like tenses up really hard and he rips it out of your hand. He's like,
Oh, my hand's oh fuck, he sliced my hand open!
My hand is
They
broken.
didn't think you're gonna stab them. They thought it was a really fucking cool trick.
you see him like gingerly carrying it over to another Sivituvuk, who like gingerly carries it around the tents out of
like
sight.
Two hands handed to each other.
Yeah, basically.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have. That was impolite.
You're like,
Peppy, that was impolite to hand it to him with one hand.
Ask for a do-over.
can I try that
Try
again?
it again. Do it again.
Fucking Peppy just walked into a Catholic church and like frisbeed a crucifix at somebody.
There you go.
Hey, here you go, pussy.
Here, catch this wafer in your mouth.
Yeah, dummy.
My waiter walks
But it was
up
sick,
and
wasn't it?
Your
From
party
From an
thinks it was
outsider's
sick.
perspective.
my waiter walks up and just fucking drops a chicken fried steak on the table.
Yeah.
Falls off.
He walks away.
I eat it off the fucking floor like a dog, like I deserve.
And everything's normal.
They still don't look very happy. Spears still leveled, bows and arrows still trained, wolf still pacing, and by Christ, is that a second wolf that is joined, coming from deeper within?
What
Hello,
does a
second
wolf
wolf.
Doesn't say anything, but
What?
it is very big.
But
Do the
doesn't say?
wolves have like a frosty blue
Beard.
aura to their breath?
You can see as they're like, their mouth is open and they're like panting a little bit, you can see like the air almost like crystallizing out of their mouths.
breathers.
I say that to my, I was like, fucking stupid mouth breather, I say to my dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Fucking mouth breather.
Yeah, cut that shit out. It's so gross.
He has no idea. I hate him so much.
I'm sick of your mouth breathing.
One sec. Okay. They sort of like thrust the spears at you and start trying to basically like herd you. They're trying to move you along somewhere.
Oh.
Great, I go along with it.
Yeah.
So you're
I'm
like,
a friend.
you're basically surrounded by like this, like, spears from all directions, and they're all just kind of like shuffling you deeper into the village. Like, sort of talking, and you can see like there's like a woo, like a horn sound plays out, and you can see many snowdrifts falling apart and Sivituvuk emerging. Not just warriors, but also looks like regular people, civilians, children, all just coming out of the snow and going back to their business. It seems like
Civilians, children, perverts.
You were noticed coming in, evidently.
I don't see how so.
We're good.
We were
Does
so
anyone look
stealthy.
disappointed to go back to normal life? Like they really like being in the snowdrift?
I mean, they look. It's fine either way, really. They
But
look okay.
There's
of
one
us
guy,
caught it
right? Who's like all
flesh.
about the snowdrift, right?
There's one guy who won't get out of the snowdrift, and he's being. You can see his what looks probably to be his wife is arguing with him. And you see a child crying, and it's just like his eyes in the snowdrift, and he's just not looking at either of them.
It's a really small tableau of this man's life in that snowdrift.
Yeah. A lot of information in a short moment.
Oh, get a load of Karvak. Total peaked in snowdrift.
You can see, like, as all these people are moving around, like, back into view, you can see a bunch more, like, regular-sized wolves as well. Look like they're tamed to a degree. And over the course of, like, this walk, you see probably maybe 8 or 9 of those very large wolves.
Big wolves.
They're big as fuck.
Do I know what they are?
So big.
Make
big
a
wolves.
make a nature check.
It's a big
Let's
dog.
see here. Where's the roll? There we go. Nature is +5. So that's going to... I'll just roll dice. I don't have a hotkey. Oh, 3 + 5. Don't think I know shit about them wolves.
That's big wolf.
Big wolf!
I mean, I think that's true.
I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm not wrong when I say that.
That's a
I'm gonna
big
call
dog.
it a
It's not giraffe.
large dog. Yeah.
And you're like, that's actually that's a called a Shih
It's
Tzu.
so weird.
Chihuahuas.
I'll
That's
say
a chef.
anybody who wants to can make just a quick little perception check.
That's this guy.
Who you pointing to?
Dirk. He's on my head still.
Dirk, make a perception.
30. Sorry, I changed my push to talk.
Is
30?
that it? Is that it?
That's a
Is that it?
fucking pathetic. What do you expect to get done with a 30?
Seriously, what the fuck are you gonna see, man?
Dirk notices something as he's up there. It's just something that you notice that's a little odd. Every single one of these people that you see, when you can see the back of their neck, you see like a little black dot that looks like it doesn't look like a tattoo, it looks like maybe like a scar or something. And they
Am I
all
controlled?
have that.
They're my control. That's where the matrix plugs in.
Black scar. What's the like? Can you go into more detail? There?
It's literally just like a little teeny black dot.
It might
Okay.
be cancer.
Like
Very
well, maybe not teeny but like dime sized.
dime sized.
That's
black
definitely
dot.
cancer.
Does it look like, if we get close enough, like get a good look? Is it ink on the skin, or does it look like the skin's rotten?
Or a mole.
It looks like
Mole?
it looks I'll say he got a 30. It looks like it's just the way the skin has sort of grown back over a wound. It's just sort of taken on an unusual color.
Okay. So, some sort of spine demon. Taken of their cerebral fluid. Fucked. Go ahead.
But everybody seems...
Okay.
I mean, they're all moving around.
Hold on, though. Is there anything unique about the tip of that knife that Peppy had? These hunting knives?
You want to examine it?
Well, we don't have it on us.
Or you don't have it on you anymore.
True.
You never really... I don't think you ever really dug into it.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see where they take us.
And they're taking you to the center of town. To a very large tent that you imagine is the tent that you were looking for. So you're ending up going where you wanted to go anyways. This is nice.
City Hall.
There's a large central, I guess, square here with actually some outdoor stalls, and it looks like there's a place where a guy is, like, selling wolf pups and stuff. Like, it looks like a little, like, wolf breeding area. There's, like, a big butchery and stuff. This is a lively enough community. Like, they're just getting by.
They're selling the wolves to eat them.
Yeah, it's a little snack.
No.
There's a much larger tent than all of the other ones. It's sort of ornamented with large animal bones. And in front of it, sort of like in the center of the square, almost like a statue for like a little town square, there is a like a podium made of that biesk metal.
Ooh.
And then rising up out of it is very similar to the drawing that you saw, but this time made out of, like, this pure, like, ice-like substance. Is a long sort of tail thing with the blade at the top. And there's, like, all sorts of, like, offerings and, there's little papers and stuff and trinkets and people, like, sort of, like, bowing their head or kneeling to it or whatever.
It's not moving, though.
It's not moving. No, it's not moving. It looks kind of like an ice sculpture, but it's like really big. It's like, I don't know, like 15 feet high.
And are they moving us to a particular spot, or what?
They look like they're moving you towards that big tent.
Okay, right.
Let's go. I know what the statue is of.
Me. They push through the flaps of the tent, and you can see it appears to be a community sort of area. There's, like, it doesn't look like they have tables at all in this society, really, but they've got, like, sort of these, like, long stretches of animal skin that are, like, basically like a dining room table, like people sitting at, like, cross-legged along the length of it, and there's food in the middle. There's, some people playing a lively, jaunty tune towards the back with, like, leather drums and sort of, like, throat singing.
How lively and jaunty.
Yeah, throat singing can be lively and jaunty. When they do it,
it's one side of my throat is just not working. Anyway.
But you're being led past this towards the back, where you can see it looks like it descends below the earth into a cave.
Oh no, they're gonna sacrifice us to the worm knife.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll kill their god. Which isn't the
man.
Puktatuk.
Hopefully.
We don't know. Do we know anything about the Puktatuk?
I believe it to be a large frog-like.
I know Puktatuk about the Puktatuk.
That it exists.
Possibly.
That potentially exists in a frigid environment. And it has something to do with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So it's a knife worm.
Who the hell knows?
Peppy, does Peppy know the word for weird tattoo? Would that be appropriate to ask?
Weird. Odd. Me pointing at people.
They lead you down in the cave.
Nice? What about nice tattoo?
Oh yeah, sick tattoo.
They lead you down into the cave. It's pretty sparse. It's like almost totally barren. And pretty large. Like maybe, I don't know, like 140, 100 odd feet deep. You can see a frozen over, like, underground river that just sort of splits part of it. And you weave around these pillars of rock where you can see some, looks like maybe guards or something are standing. There's another one of those big-ass wolves here as well. And on the far side of that frozen river, you see just like a little circle of stones. And sitting next to the circle of stones is a very, very large animal of some kind. It's, you know what, it looks like a ram or something. Like a big snowy ram. Looks like this. Hold on. Let me just show you the picture. Be easier.
That's cool, Ju.
I found it in this drawer. It's
Looks
a
like this.
That's a
dollar.
big ram. Ooh, angry ram.
Is it Grimacy?
That's just what his face looks like. Don't be mean to it.
Oh, okay.
But it's very large. It's about as big as those big wolves. And it's just sort of like resting there in the snow, and it just sort of raises its head and looks curiously at your approach. And in the circle of stones, there is a Sivituvuk woman who is dressed in furs and sort of has this like face paint on. She looks fancy, almost like shamanistic. She has a very fancy looking staff by her side that looks like it's made completely out of ice. And she is just has her eyes closed and seems to be in like a meditative stance. Your new friends jab you closer and closer until eventually you get to the edge of that frozen river where they stop. One of them sort of crosses over and gently wakes the woman out of her meditation.
Slap, slap, slap.
She slowly rouses and gets up, sort of leaning on the staff a little bit. She doesn't look like ancient or anything. She looks relatively young, all things considered.
She looks great.
She looks great. She's very pretty. And she exchanges some words with this man and then sort of looks back over at you. And then talk a little more and then look back over at you.
I'm self-conscious.
They're pointing at you and you don't know what they're saying.
I'm also conscious of Jade.
Yeah.
They're making like movements that make it like, are they saying I have a big nose? What's that mean?
Yeah, they're like doing this
Yeah.
and then like this.
They start laughing. It's like, what the fuck? This individual, this woman, walks up to the opposite side of the frozen river. You're now separated by maybe about 15 feet of ice from her. And she stands there with
I miss her.
You stand there. She stands there with the staff planted in the snow. And says across the way to you, "What know you of Balthazar?"
Oh, Peppy, that's your question. Or question
Oh,
for you.
they're speaking common.
She is.
She is.
Yeah.
Looks like they led you all the way to the person who speaks common, which seems like she's probably like the leader or something of this little community.
First off, hi, I'm Peppy. These are my friends. We're friends.
We're Peppy's friend.
We're friends, as you can see. I pointed the thing on our chest.
She looks at you warily, and she places a hand on her chest and says, "Aguta."
Oh, it's a Gouda.
That's how you pronounce it.
Aguta. Nice to meet you, Aguta. Do we shake hands? Do you shake hands here?
She furrows
No,
her
they,
brow.
no, they kiss.
Fist bump?
She's 15 feet away from you.
What next?
I miss her. Can she come closer?
So what'd you ask about Balthazar? Sorry.
Yeah, what do you know?
And she's like, what's the deal? Like, you showed up showing his fucking face. What do you know about Balthazar, essentially?
So first off, I'm a college student. And I'm doing a project.
Though she speaks
college.
common, the words you are saying look like they are hitting no register at all with her. She's
Okay.
never heard of these concepts.
Scholar.
I'm researching the story of the Puktatuk. And I found this at the site of Balthazar de Orion's tomb.
Didn't you fake his death?
That was empty. It was empty, by the way. The tomb was empty. So
Yeah. I see that. Never mind.
And
ringing
you
any
have
bells?
come all the way here to seek origin of the knife.
That's true. Yes, I've had this for a few months now.
Well, we were in the area.
Yeah, we were passing by.
You stole that from tomb. That
I
was
mean-
gift.
It was for research.
He didn't really die.
It was for research.
Back to the people who gave it to.
Regifting. I don't want
Yeah.
this shit.
Look, he pretended to die and then left with him.
Hey, look,
He
I
didn't
found
even
this
take
in
it
a
with
mu-
him.
Look, I found this in a musty tomb that really wasn't a tomb. Take it back.
Clearly didn't want it.
Clearly.
So, the reason why we came here is because this is the area where Balthazar saw the Puktatuk. Correct?
No.
No. Enlighten me.
Puktatuk is not here. Puktatuk is across Vale.
Are we talking a metaphorical veil
Walk
or like
between worlds to get to Puktatuk.
what world does the Puktatuk live in?
World of ice. Only ice and snow.
Very interesting. So maybe another plane, perhaps? Nothing? Okay. I just thought I'd throw that. I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing what sticks.
Oh.
Balthazar, you're writing
Frozen.
this down, right?
Yeah, he lives in the
In
frozen.
brain.
Balthazar see Puktatuk in Puktatuk's home.
Cool.
Only
Interesting.
place Puktatuk is.
Did you know Balthazar?
Yes.
When did he come by?
It has been
1 week, so she's looking at me.
100, more than 100 cycles.
Wow. Amazing. That's fantastic. I'm getting a primary source. This is great.
Breathing cycles.
It's weird. She looks like she's like maybe 30.
You look like you're maybe 30.
Yes,
You don't see no. Those ears are round.
You seem quite well off for someone of 100 cycles. I'm only 22.
Yeah, you're so rich.
Unless cycles mean something different.
Like breathing cycles.
A cycle is what is word Balthazar use? Year.
Okay. See,
Is
you
Balthazar 100 years old?
Yeah, you are 100 years old then. Over.
Wait,
No.
is Balthazar 100 years? No.
Wait, I'm confused, Agupta. What was her name? again?
Aguta.
Agupta.
Aguda.
I made her Indian for some reason.
Aguta.
It is a common surname. Gupta.
Aguda.
Aguda.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Aguta.
Sorry, we're Americans.
When you say it like Aguta, you sound like she's a fucking cheese.
Aguda.
Yeah, but that's how we
Aguda.
say the T.
Hey, it's a good.
It's Aguda.
It's
Aguta.
a good.
Aguta, if you don't mind me asking, how many cycles old are you?
This will be my 4,609th cycle.
You know,
get-
she can just say whatever she wants.
Is she just lying to me?
You can make an insight check.
Yeah, I'm fucking 4,000 years old. Piece of shit. Go fuck
Dumbass
yourself.
bitch! Prove me wrong! You can make an
I
insight
mean,
check.
really,
telling
nobody
someone
ever
you're
needs to say
4,000.
anything that's ever true.
You can make
They are
an insight
totally
check.
2 times
lying.
older than Christ.
These idiots will believe
I haven't
anything.
seen him in 100 years. I
Puktatuk
am
is beyond.
4,000 years old.
It was beyond the veil. What does that even mean?
You can make an insight check if you want.
I'm gonna make a fucking insight check because I feel like she just set up 4,000 and
No, go for it.
It's like, okay, insight is -2, so that's gonna be great.
And she believes it.
Let's see here. 8 minus 2, 6.
8 minus 2, 6. You are reading nothing in this woman.
All right.
Wall of
Okay.
ice.
Now, is that Aguta, is that typical for your society? Because in my society, in my home, most people are gone after
40.
No, Jane, wrong. Maybe like 100 cycles. Most people. They pass away. They die. They leave us.
You think he'll live?
So it was in the olden times. In the days before my father's fathers. But the Sivituvuk are a blessed people.
So is everyone 4,000 cycles old?
No.
About?
Is it a blessing to live for 4,000 years?
Just average out. Puktatuk on the side for a second. Average age of the village?
The village people.
Macho, macho, bear.
It varies. We have some
There's
children.
childrens
Who
Which is
are...
not-
Macho children.
who are just 2,000 years old.
The children are 4, 5.
Okay, great. So, you do have, like, at least normal biology in that sense.
How do you control the population?
I don't think that's... They don't, like, control it.
Well, how are they not overflowing? If they live for thousands of years.
How are you blessed? Could you give us a quick rundown on your blessed history?
Hashtag.
When we came into the service of Puktatuk, we were blessed. Puktatuk give us his gift.
Puktatuk gave you this gift.
Yes.
So
And
is
many
he
others.
some sort of god or deity?
Puktatuk is the god.
Of course.
She says a little angrily.
Puktatuk is long with knife on end, tentacle.
Do you have a physical description of God, Puktatuk?
Puktatuk, stay below the water. Puktatuk, reach out and give his kiss.
To the back of your neck.
Yes.
Oh,
Smoochies.
that's a smooch.
Jane, how did you know that?
Because they have a tattoo on the back of their neck.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Smooches.
Dirk, someone shoved Dirk in a snow
Dirk
pile.
is just going smooches like over him.
I like how
Just shove him in a snowdrift, just so you know.
I pull him off my neck and I give him a
Dirk
smooch.
says one thing and everyone's just like, throw him in the garbage.
Throw him over the fucking cliff.
Dirk said,
I'm
Thinks
like just
about
like
talking.
a constant
Get the
diarrhea of the
fuck
mouth
out of
over here.
here.
Nobody
Dirk says smooches, and Bothnak is already pulling him in front of his face, going, again.
Even Aguta's like, duh, duh, duh.
She's picked up
It's universal.
the group dynamics here pretty quickly.
When you're 4,000, you gotta. Okay, so Puktatuk is God. Established. Puktatuk lives beyond the veil in the land of ice. Established. Is there a way to get to this veil?
How does he reach through the veil? Does he reach through the veil and kiss?
Yeah, does he reach through the veil and give you the gift, or do you go through the veil and get the gift from Puktatuk?
We go to
It's a kiss.
Puktatuk, to great city of the Sivituvuk.
Oh, it's a city. Bustling.
So the veil is in the city of the Sivituvuk.
No, the city is beyond the veil.
Oh. So what this is here is not all of the Sivituvuk.
No. No.
where
Sivituvuk are
everybody-
many.
Oh,
This is
the outskirts? Outpost?
good to have anchor point in homeland. Also, place to raise the children.
The children will like the other place?
Not safe until they are of age to receive the gift.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So you receive the gift as a coming of age ritual?
Yes.
And around how many cycles would that be?
You may, once you have become a man or a woman, it is not...
Probably about her current physical age.
Yeah, she looks like it's hard to tell with her. She looks like she's maybe in her... She could pass for early 20s. She could pass for 30. Like, it's a little hard to tell.
Yeah, young woman.
She's a young woman, though. She looks...
Got
She's
it.
not like... She doesn't look like she's 16, but she looks like a little older.
Wow, this is... Let me tell you. Aguta. Sorry, enunciation. This is a lot more information than anyone in the outside world has ever been able to obtain about your people. This is absolutely amazing. This is fantastic. Is the way to the capital city in the Vale close by, or
It is
Is it a
always
trek?
close by.
can you command
Yeah,
it?
when can Peppy go?
Sorry, which question should I answer?
I'm asking if they have control over whether or not the veil appears. Like, do they like summon it, or is it just a, what is it? What's the nature of the veil?
Some of us shamans are granted the ability to summon the rift. So it is done.
Does Peppy know the names of all the planes? Is there an ice plane?
Yes, and you don't have to make a roll because it's
Okay.
it's not. I wouldn't say it's like common knowledge, but it's common
I would know
knowledge.
It's our knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes, we would be involved with it.
Sure. It's called Rizia.
Riz.
Oh fuck. Listen, this was
Rizia.
made well before
I
that
know.
was a thing.
I know.
Risia, the plane of
Risa.
the endless plane of ice.
Okay. And has there ever been any, like, historical ventures into this plane? Or is it just like, we know it exists?
You know that it was one of the planes that the giants invaded a long time ago.
Okay,
so you know
okay.
they were up to shit there, but you don't know. I mean, they invaded a lot of fucking planes.
Were the giants alive 4,000 years ago?
The giants were alive many more than 4,000 years ago.
You can kind of feel the
So they-
attitude.
They were alive like tens and tens of thousands of years ago.
When were they not alive? I mean, when were they? When did they die out again?
Like tens of thousands of years ago.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
a really
got
long
it.
time.
Okay, so Guta would not know the giants. Okay.
Probably not.
Just checking.
You know that happened. Other than that, honestly, most excursions end in disaster. Rizia is incredibly inhospitable. It is, like, unfathomably, murderously cold.
Mm-hmm.
And it has almost no life to speak of at all. So, finding anything to eat is basically impossible. It's known to be a place of barrenness and sort of like emptiness and solitude. It's
Just like a plane of ice. Just
there's more than like there's like formations, there's mountains and like seas and so
Antarctica.
forth, but it's like yeah, it's like an endless tundra, frozen land.
Got it.
Yeah, pretty much nobody goes there. At least not for any extended length of time. Like maybe like short jaunts where they know they can keep themselves like, you know, heated up enough to do a little research and then get the fuck out of there. Usually you don't have to worry about wildlife. There is wildlife there. There's ice elementals. There's certain varieties of demon live there, like ice devils.
So they eat that?
You can't really eat an ice devil.
The fuck do people eat? Listen, I think these people go there and they die.
Well, she's here.
She just opens.
Aguda, do you want to step in? Jane's saying you guys don't eat.
You don't eat? There's nothing to eat.
We may. We do not need to.
Oh, okay.
God.
Are you dead?
No. Puktatuk is a life giver.
But you don't need to eat.
No. It does not
How's
hurt
that?
us.
How's,
Drink?
how's that living?
Do I need to? No. Puktatuk gives us the gift of being.
But when you're a child, you're not alive.
You must receive the gift.
Did Balthazar receive the gift?
Yes.
Well, that explains a lot.
Mm.
That explains a lot.
He is there now, in the city.
Okay. I feel like we
Wow.
could have started with that, but I'm glad we got to there. So he's there. How long has he been there?
Since he came to us when He told the world he died.
Oh, you knew that?
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
He only pretended to be stupid.
that's... Wow. Okay. I thought we were just gonna get a lead, but no, we got it. This is amazing.
Yeah, it'll be easy to find him.
It'll be so easy. It'll be so absolutely easy. Gron, do you agree, right? Yes.
Grunt
He agrees.
is dead.
Wow.
Comes Fred.
Aguda. Thank you. Aguta.
Aguda.
Oh, hold up.
I love you. Aguba.
Aguta matata.
Did you know I was saying I love you to my mom?
No.
Oh, you said I love you immediately after I muted my mic and said, "All right, I love ya."
No, I wanted to tell this woman.
Okay, I thought my mute was broken. I'm like, huh?
So this is why you come, to find Balthazar.
And to meet and observe Puktatuk. In my world, he is just a creature, a mythical beast. To learn that he is not only real, but a god, the god, and a life bringer. This is amazing. This is beyond any of my expectations for this journey.
I believe it.
You will see Puktatuk.
Believe it!
Guys, you hearing this?
Yes.
We will go to
can't
him
wait
when
to
we give
kiss
you the
him.
gift.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, we're getting the... Is this like a
Don't you want
voluntary
it?
thing?
A kiss?
No,
I thought it was a kiss.
you have come here. You have followed the call of Puktatuk. It is written. It is destiny.
Where'd you read it? Where'd you read?
Just as Balthazar before you, and others before him.
Is Balthazar able to leave?
Sure.
If he
Would he
wanted
want
to?
to leave?
Yeah.
Just theoretically. Let's say there was a family emergency.
There is no need to leave Puktatuk's side.
Oh,
I mean, he did fake his own death. There would be no reason to leave.
just theoretically, though.
Have you been into the Veil?
Yes.
Oh,
She doesn't need to eat.
So,
Or,
Aguta, we should probably let you know. You know how we said that you were in the area? Right? We mentioned that, and that's how we came over here.
Yes.
We are on a grand quest to save the world. Also,
No doubt Puktatuk can be of aid.
yes, but that implies that we need to also, once we enter the Veil, we need to be able to leave the Veil,
Yeah.
and hence this mountain range afterwards.
yeah, we haven't
Do you
even
you
faked our
understand?
death. We haven't even faked our death yet.
Don't worry about it. I mean, she left, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's like here.
Well, yeah, we don't know if there's like a...
But we have to go
thing.
back and fake our death first.
True, we haven't said. I haven't written a will.
Written to will.
Why doesn't, hey, you know, Bird, you can go by yourself. Peppy, you can go in there and see what happens.
Yeah, when can Peppy go?
We
Trust
can
me.
go right now.
Oh, and get kissed? Did you say it was a
Yes.
kiss? Or...
Just wanted out. I don't know where
She
that.
called it the kiss.
Okay, so good. Okay, okay, yeah, no, you can get kissed.
Mm-hmm.
You will
wait.
receive the bounty and glory of Puktatuk. One with the Sivituvuk, the blessed people.
Oh man, that sounds so good. We gotta fake our death first, though.
We
It's
shall
already
take
done.
care of everything as we did with Balthazar.
Uh-oh. I mean, great.
So you're.
Listen, I'm so hungry. I hear there's a McDonald's. Listen, I do have a gift card, so I do need to eat there.
We have a reservation of Blinkies.
We'll be right.
You wished to see Puktatuk. This can be done.
Right after these messages.
You see her like pull out that icy staff.
Yes.
We can't do this right now.
Yeah, but remember the world will end if we don't. There's a big conspiracy going on in the whole world happening. There's like brain demons trying to invade large forms of government and like bring mass chaos.
We really think Puktatuk can help us with it, but we really need lunch first.
Yeah.
You hear,
You misunderstand.
Where?
Who is speaking?
and you see that
Lunch
that
will be served.
that big ram thing is getting up.
I thought it was a statue.
Nope, that's a living ram creature. Just sort of walks forward.
You must come to the city of the Sivituvuk.
We will. What are you talking to?
The
Is
location.
he speaking with his mouth or
Yes,
mind?
with his mouth.
Okay.
The location of Puktatuk cannot be jeopardized by those who would harm our god. You must join the blessed people.
This is a talking goat. Yo, hold on.
What's your name?
Steve. No.
John.
Hold on, I gotta double check.
My name is Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
Oka.
Good name.
I'm glad I asked. I will use this.
Aguta nods at Oka and says, one of natives from beyond the veil. Followers of Puktatuk as well.
Oh, okay, so, those goats live there.
Yes,
Cool. Great.
the Rekar.
Yeah. Did he have a kiss too?
You see the Rekar, as she calls it, sort of tilts its head down, and you can see just like a little patch where the fur hasn't fully grown in, like on the back of the neck.
Neat.
And they,
Tilts his head down. I run away.
oh fuck! Oh shit! Let's get the fuck out of here, guys!
He's looking away. He's looking away.
And now, we will go to the city. We will go to the water. You can meet Balthazar, and you will get the kiss.
I don't consent.
Balthazar required some convincing as well. You will come around.
Okay, so wait a minute.
So,
You guys, this is
you heard-
bad.
yeah, you heard the whole world is ending thing, right? Just want to clarify you heard that.
Peppy, they're a cult. They don't give a shit.
Jane, get out of my ear. Hold on. I just want to clarify you heard that
The world,
before we go.
the world of Puktatuk is where we will go.
Got it. All right. Let's, You're right, Jane. Yeah.
I don't see the issue. We're just gonna go and.
Then when they do kiss, we will run away.
Oh, when they close their eyes to kiss us?
As they have to. And I just say, oh, I'm not ready, I'm uncomfortable. Stop, hold on, just wait a second. Just keep your eyes
Hold on,
closed.
freeze. Freeze.
Oh,
When
we
you
got
say
it,
freeze,
hold
you
on.
have to freeze.
Freeze.
I just need to take a minute. Just keep your eyes closed for like another day. Okay.
Keep your eyes closed for
Like a
about
full
4,000 more
24
cycles.
Hold on. Keep your eyes closed. You got something on your face.
Yeah, keep your eyes closed for like 100 cycles.
Perhaps you can even meet our leader, Atanek.
Well,
Of
At
20
Well, I'm
how are
sold.
they like?
Very wise. The first to discover Puktatuk of our people. 22,000 cycles ago.
Whew!
we'll just kill the Eldritch God. Okay.
Man, I thought the
There
thing
you
that was
go.
giving them eternal life would be really chill.
Peppy can like dimension door.
Like Jade is like mumbling this under.
And Dirk can like misty step into the invisible man.
Sunabasi has just been tagging along.
They're
He's just
speaking
sort of like
Dirk's
looking up.
language.
I've made a huge mistake joining you guys, I think.
So Dirk can dimension door.
Have you not seen
off
Indiana
that,
Jones? It'll be fun.
And then we can just. Okay, and go.
She raises that icy staff again.
Peppy, get out of here.
We don't have a choice.
Peppy just cast the spell that makes you go poof.
We gotta know what's going on in there.
What do you mean? I know what's going on in there.
We can't just not go there.
You're gonna die.
We can't make. We got ourselves.
What's going on in there? You die. That's what goes on in there.
I don't see very many other options.
They're gonna. Okay, we're gonna disappear forever, and they're gonna fake our death.
Okay, we run away and then we get stabbed with a bunch of spears.
How do we get back? She opens the door and closes the door. Oh, she's gonna let us back through the door.
Balthazar's a wizard, right? We can figure that out.
Balthazar, you got the sense he maybe was like a bard or something.
Good enough.
Oh, we're fucked.
Listen, if
What's
anyone,
that staff doing?
He's been
If-
playing his flute and crying the whole time.
Jade, if anyone can help us, it's going to be Balthazar.
This
Okay, I
fucking
believe in
sucks.
him.
The man who's stuck.
Listen,
This
fucking blows.
maybe he likes it there.
This fucking sucks. Do, 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 do.
His
This
tears
place
are
sucks.
frozen.
Do, 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 do. I want to leave. Do, 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 do. I cannot. Do, 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 do. Book, duck, duck. Book, 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 book.
That's the song that's the national anthem of the Sivituvuk city.
I want to
know
leave.
What was his time of death?
What was his time of death?
Like in his tomb, like what was the year or whatever? The
It was
date.
884.
And that is how long ago?
It is currently 998.
So it's 1998, and that was back in 84.
That was back in 1884.
Been a while.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
Hey,
Where's
it's
that
been,
frown?
it's been a second.
Balthazar.
Yeah, what does she do with that staff?
The other one, this Oka, sort of looks over at
The
you and
other
says,
one.
Yeah, I was trying to remember his name for a second. Oka, the goat thing, looks over at you and says, Balthazar was frightened too. He fled us that first time. But he returned. Eventually, he returned.
Under what context? And don't lie.
The call of Puktatuk, of course.
Okay, what does that mean? Did you drag him here?
No,
Did he accidentally come back?
no. The call of Puktatuk summoned him home. He was excited to meet the creature.
After being afraid.
He was delighted to receive the kiss.
After being afraid.
Then he became afraid. He tried to run from his fate, from his destiny. Fled our city. Fled back home. We lost him for some years. But in the end, the call brought him back.
Oh, I thought he was going to say it didn't even matter.
Okay, hold on. So he came, he was excited, but then he got scared and he ran away and then he came back and... Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he said he showed up here, he got the kiss, and then he was like, fucking holy god, and he ran away, and then eventually came back, apparently of his own volition.
Oh, after he got the kiss.
Yes.
Well, of course he did. It was after he got the kiss.
But he did get away from them once, so it is technically possible, you are aware.
That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If there ever was someone to help us escape this plane, it's the person who's done it before. And I don't want to get shot with a bunch of arrows.
He didn't really escape it.
Well, he did escape it. He got out.
And then he came back.
Okay, how long between Balthazar's original report of the Puktatuk being published and his eventual death was it, Nick?
It was about... like a year.
So we got time. We got time to save the world, right? Before we really got to figure out about this whole Puktatuk situation. If he was compelled to come back.
Yeah, you know, Peppy, this is the only life you have. You know that, right?
Smashes,
Peppy, it's okay if you want to join a cult. I've joined worse.
The butt of the staff against the ground, and you see reality just peel open behind it. Just this rushing wind hurtles out, snow
I might have
carried on
spoken
it.
too soon.
That's
And you see it open wider and wider until you can see this, like, wind-swept, snow-blown passage. Almost like through ice. And beyond it, you can see this colossal city built into, like, what looks like a glacier made entirely of ice.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They don't really care whether or not... They don't really care whether or not we know where this is. Because they're the ones who left the knife there in the first place.
No, they gave the knife as a gift.
Yeah. No, they faked his death and left the knife there.
Mm-hmm.
For someone to find, and someone to trace, and someone to bring back.
Well, that's how they get more cult members.
Exactly. They don't care.
Wait, I thought Wait, hold on. Wait. Nick, where was the knife found? I thought the knife was in his personal possession.
In his tomb.
It was in his tomb.
Yes.
So anyone looking for him would find that and then go looking for him. Like, if they really wanted to do it cleanly, they wouldn't have left a knife there.
I don't. What I'm saying is, they gave the knife to him as a gift. He's the one that brought the knife back when he escaped. They didn't like plant the knife at his tomb.
No, but they did. They took care of his faked death.
Yes,
They
but
said that.
his death wasn't tied with Sivituvuk at all, right? It was like
No, he like
a
got
raider
killed
camp
by like
somewhere
elves
else.
in the desert. Or
Yeah,
something.
like it was not connected to Sivituvuk at all.
Yeah, but they said they're the ones who did the whole arranging of the faking of his death.
Yes, but they did not do it in a way that pointed towards them. So they
How
definitely
do you
did want
know?
to keep it a secret.
How did you know?
Here.
What do you mean?
Here, let me make a history check real quick.
Okay.
Peppy.
Let's see. Do I have a history? Yes, I do.
Let me
27.
Intercede. You know a little bit about architectural history. Balthazar d'Orient was an exceptionally rich man. His tomb was built well before he died. So it was already there when he was alive.
Ah. Okay.
Somebody left it there to be found.
Could have been Balthazar.
It
I
could
think
have
it could be
been.
Balthazar himself.
Could have been them. Could have been a third party. Could have been Hyro.
Could have been Hyro.
Could have been always an option.
Could have been
Could-
Schmupton.
Could have been Schmopton.
Very likely it's
Could have been
Schmopton.
Mole.
It was probably Peppy.
It's probably
Oh,
Peppy.
future
is
Peppy.
evil.
Is it like a time loop
No,
situation
Peppy-
here?
Peppy just pretended to find it. He like slipped it out of his sleeve. He's like, "Oh, look at this!"
Whoa. I found a clue.
Peppy's actually been a cult member of Puktatuk all along. This is he's been rusing you to get you to join the cult.
Midsommar.
Yeah.
Except it's like the opposite. It's like midwinter.
Midwinter.
Well, let's get in there.
Anyways, that howling vortex opens
Yeah,
up.
we don't have a choice, I don't think. We will die.
Hey, it's up to you.
I need to know what happened to Balthazar.
I'm just saying, there's always a choice.
I need to know what happened to Balthazar.
Beyond that whirling gale, you see the city of the Sivituvuk rolling out before you on that, like, sort of glacier. And you, as you step towards it, you can see hundreds of Sivituvuk. Hundreds and hundreds of them. Standing, walking, going about their days. Lined with ice spears and ice armor.
Very blocky, like Minecraft.
Yeah, big Minecraft armor.
They're like Ice Cube.
Yeah. They're all just perfectly square. They look really good.
Yeah. Huh. Huh?
And Oka and Aguta step out of the way of the portal as those guys with spears start to push you closer to it.
Suppose I'll be pushed.
This isn't the first time Dirk's been pushed into a pit with spears. By people wielding spears.
To that
It's part of his initiation as well.
to that rip in reality. That vortex to Rizia. Where beyond lies the city of a god. They don't, like, push you through the portal. Do you walk through the portal?
I'm gonna walk through the portal.
Okay.
2 seconds after he does, I will walk.
Okay.
Dirk commits. He strolls. He struts.
Alright.
We also Vothnak is dragging Grond like a sled
Sure.
in the snow
Okay.
on a rope.
Why not?
Gron doesn't have to come.
He has to go.
Gron doesn't. Sophie's not going to be back for. He doesn't have to come.
we just kill him here.
Like you could just like leave Like,
We'll leave it a question mark. Did Grond come? Vote on your phones.
like he doesn't have to go unless he like comes back while we're in there. I can't believe this. You don't even know him.
He's like
How
my
did I know?
hero.
I'm talking to no one. But
I
like,
know, I'm just saying.
Sunavash is there.
but, like,
Hey. I don't want to go into the ice portal. I don't know about you.
it's not like that's his dad. But
It's not? I assumed that was kind of the whole bit.
no, he's way too old.
Oh,
His dad's name is
so
Blunt.
so he just likes this guy? Is it a crush?
No, he's too old. He left long before he lived. But
That's right. Do you think it will become a crush?
I don't know if he's alive.
That frightening woman seemed to insinuate that he was, but I'm not sure what I believe any of these people are saying.
Like what? He's just stuck in there? I mean, like, he doesn't seem like himself anymore.
In Adar, we have a saying about situations like this. The vibes are rancid.
What did you learn from that saying?
I learned that sometimes you gotta get out of Dodge before the vibe gets too stinky for you.
Yeah, but they just walked in.
Yes, I noticed. So I'm feeling a little like my hands are tied.
We could have run away. Maybe.
Well, I'll go in if you go in.
Well, if I don't go in, they're dead. Of course I have to go in.
Then let's go in together.
Cold in there. It's cold in there.
All right. So you going?
Okay. I hold my breath
Okay.
the entire time.
Entire time, and then die.
And, well, I pass out.
Yeah, sure. And your body just automatically starts doing it. It's like, bullshit, I should be able to kill myself this way.
Yeah, no, it's just, you've done it.
Sunavash and Jane step into the walk-in freezer. And just for the sake of making it easier for everybody, Grond also goes in. It's just easy to have him around. As you step through into the... You thought it was biting cold in the Cradle of Rime. It was like Sub-Zero in the Cradle of Rime. It was pretty bad. The air fucking hurts on the other side of the portal.
Jesus.
It is a cold so sharp and fierce that you feel like you're going numb almost immediately.
Peppy, you know, the place where you grew up was like Miami.
You know, that's actually true.
You're wearing
basically.
shorts.
Yeah, he's still wearing shorts.
You understand the mistake you've made.
Peppy just went from fucking, like, just full jumps straight from Cuba to, like, the middle of Antarctica.
Listen, he's used to wearing like a wool-lined coat in Miami.
Yeah, it gets a
And
little,
a wool-lined cap
gets a
in
little
Miami.
chilly. Gets a little chilly
You got
down there.
Chilly down there.
Peppy's one of those guys. He's like,
It's
it's
more for
below,
style,
it's
but-
below 70. He's like,
He was
nippy out.
comfortable. He was comfortable.
Listen, my jacket is very, very warm. They're meant for airship pilots, so I think I'll be fine.
You're not.
I'm just saying.
I think I'll be fine.
You felt comfortable over there in that wool-lined jacket. Oh,
And as you guys enter, Oka follows through the portal with you. Aguta nods at him from the other side. And then you see her tap the staff. And behind you, the portal to the material plane.
No. They just turned the warm off.
Closes.
I can't move.
That's where we're going to end tonight's session, folks. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been EBERRON. They're in the Frozone, folks. That's goodbye.
It is winter,
Bye.
so it's fitting.